So this is currently a Year 9 computing group, and we've been working this year as a first project really on a game development project using Unity. Unity is a game development engine. It's industry standard, lots of popular games have been developed using Unity. It's a program and a platform, it's industry standard, and we thought this year we'll kind of roll it out with the Year 9s and see how they get on. So I think what it does is it develops a range of skills. I mean, it provides the opportunity for the students to develop their problem-solving skills, their analytical skills, and also their creative skills. They can come up with the rules of the game, they come up with their own idea for how the game and the interactions that happen within the game. So it taps into so many different skills that I think actually we've been really impressed with how the students here have actually coped with just the technical kind of capabilities of Unity, but also the way they've run with it themselves. That kind of active learning, the independence, all of those elements are really embedded in this project. So yeah, I'm really impressed.
Ollie, can you show me what you're doing? You're actually in Unity, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am just trying to get things for my presentation that I'm making to show my game development. It's things like, if I load into my game, how my character moves,
Yeah.
and how I've done that.
Yes. And do you think you'll create more games now in Unity?
Yes. I've never done ICT before, but as like a first topic, I thought it was quite cool and interesting to get into.
So what's your favourite part of creating a game? Is it the storytelling? Was it the actual programming of it? What did you enjoy best?
My favourite part is the level design and how you make your level throughout and what you play through.
So what have you learnt doing this about Unity and how games are made?
I was completely new to it, but it seems quite interesting. It's a really good sort of thing to get into, I think.
So what sort of careers could you go into knowing this?
Software development, game development, places like Google, Epic Games, sort of companies like that.
I'm really impressed with the creativity. I mean, I love, they come up with some great ideas and they've just run with it in a way that we kind of we're not really expecting. They've really been really independent in the way they've gone away. If they've had an idea and they've wanted to implement it and we may not have shown them that thing, they've been really prepared to kind of research independently. And I think that's the thing we've been really impressed with, is the active learning aspect of it. The management of their own kind of deadlines. They've also had to produce a report where they document the whole process and evaluate their performance. So it really taps into a lot of skills. We've been really impressed.
So Ty, tell me about your game.
So this is my game, and it is a platforming game. We go through this graveyard, and then you go into outer space, and this is all my assets. And if you can see, this is the script, and it's called health change, and it says this object will damage on impact.
Yeah.
And if I go on my character, it says it has one health. So I could increase it, and then you could take multiple hits.
Yeah.
So that's how
So that's how you code it. You're coding it within Unity. Brilliant.
Yes.
They use a range of what we call scripts, which are C# scripts, is the language that supports Unity, and it's a language which enables the kind of interactions with the game to happen. So for example, movement, or if they interact with an element within the game or a scoring system, all of those things require some sort of code to make that kind of work. So the students have actually had the opportunity to use some pre-made scripts, but also then to develop their own scripts so they can tweak the code and really come up with their own ideas for how the code can interact or enable the code to kind of interact and embed within the game. So, so that's the other element that's really been really important in this project, the opportunity to introduce the students to text-based coding. They would have done some coding previously using Python, for example, but this is really allowing a framework of doing more coding, but around the kind of environment of a game development.
What inspired the game?
Inspired the game, well, it was sort of the assets that I had, and I played this game when I was little called Penguin Jump, and it's this game where you jump along these bits and you try to get there without getting any cobwebs or getting chased by any spiders.
Yeah.
And that's sort of where I got the inspiration for the game from.
There's a game called Only Up,
Right.
which is a game which is much harder than this, where you climb up to the very top and there's no checkpoint, so if you fall, you just fall down to the bottom. So that's why
Yeah.
I decided to do this after that as well. So kind of combine the ideas.
Yeah.
So this is currently a Year 9 option for computing, so students can opt into this option, and throughout this year they'll do more coding. We do a kind of graphical programming units using JavaScript. They learn about the hardware of a computer, they do some networking and some cybersecurity stuff as well. So it really is a really good foundation for those students that want to continue with the course next year doing the GCSE Computer Science. So these students will be hopefully continuing, and then we take them through the whole GCSE course starting in Year 10. So this provides a really good kind of foundation for that GCSE.